Hello folks, welcome back to our Medieval Monday, and today we're going to continue on with Henry II's first invasion of Wales. So as we left off, we explained how the Welsh were hardy people who, everybody from the peasant all the way on up to the royalty, learned to fight from a very young age, and they never stopped exercising in that. So during this time in Wales, Owain, famous Welsh warrior, a lot of studying on that guy, there's going to be more about him in the future. He deposed the actual king of Wales, which, as we explained last time, was common. You know, whenever you inherited something, expect to fight the other Welshmen because they're going to come and they're going to try to make the name for themselves instead. So he deposed the king, Cadwallader, and he fled to England for refuge. Now, Henry wanted to expand his kingdom, like a lot of other nations did, big expansionists, and this was the chance he'd been waiting for. This gave him the excuse of being the good guy in a fight against Wales. So under the pretense of wanting to restore Cadwallader to his kingship, he invaded Wales that year. Now, as I stated before, the Welsh were very good at ambuscade. They're very good at guerrilla warfare, and all of them spent the entirety of their lives practicing for combat. So when Henry invaded, he should have listened to his lord marchers who dwelt on the borders, and they were involved in a lot of that warfare that went back and forth. So they understood how the Welsh fought. And Owain had positioned himself at Basingstoke, and Henry said he was going to advance directly towards him with his troops on the ground, his infantry, while at the same time his fleet moved along the coast to guide them through the way. Or sorry, not to guide them, but to march with them. Then Henry decided to take a small detachment of his soldiers and cut through the woods and try to flank behind the Welsh, and have his men posted behind Owain, and have the main body of his troops come to the middle in a pincer movement and smash him. Or hammer and anvil, similar thing. It did not end well for Henry. Owain's sons, David and Sinan, were like, oh, he's marching right up to it. This is exactly what we want through the woods. This is our warfare. This is our country. This is our place. And they fell upon Henry and inflicted severe casualties on him. 2 of the commanders were killed. Robert was one of them. And actually Henry, not Henry II, the king, but Henry of Essex, the constable of England, was said by some to have thrown down the royal standard and fled in cowardice, because when Robert was killed, he was one of the leaders of that detachment, and a lot of people thought Henry the king, there's a lot of Henrys right there, Henry the king had been killed. So some sources say that he dropped the standard and fled. Others said that he stood there and fought defiantly until he was wounded and carried off. It's going to come up later on in another video that we're going to discuss in history. But the point is, Henry's troops were utterly defeated. He was so angry, as a matter of fact, that he withdrew from that detachment of troops, went back to the main body, and kept on marching. But Owain, you know, he's experienced this type of warfare. He wasn't going to stand there and try to go slug it out toe-to-toe with Henry. He inflicted a severe defeat on him, and he retreated further back. After that, the troops on land, who were supposed to be, the troops in the sea, the navy that was supposed to be marching along the coast with Henry and keeping pace, didn't want to resist looting the churches and the monasteries that were in Wales that had, you know, a lot of gold and precious things inside of them. So they actually abandoned the fleet and began to raid those places. Yet again, another great opportunity for the Welsh. You know, like I said, the difference between the Normans and the Welsh, like I said, if you went to England, you attacked the peasants in England, you would be attacking untrained peasants. If you attack the peasants in Wales or the gentry in Wales, you're attacking warriors either way you look at it. All these people here know how to fight. So they retaliated, and 2 of the main commander, who was actually the son of Stephen, one of Stephen's sons, was killed in that engagement, and the other 2 commanders of the fleet were killed as well. So both of those were severe defeats for Henry. But Owain didn't want to drag this out into a long war. He had inflicted severe defeat on Henry. Henry knew he couldn't push him around like he had intended to, and so he restored land to Cadwallader. He gave him back all his possessions, and he did homage to Henry. But he was still in a very strong position, and we're going to talk about that in the future during Henry II's second invasion of Wales and how that came about. Thanks for watching.